So, this week's video is not my favorite topic. In fact, it irritates me that this is my topic this week, but I've really tried to be open and honest as I've been doing these videos. So, what I want to tell you is the last couple of weeks I've been struggling with depression. Now, you already know I have depression, and you already know that I went through a really bad period with depression. But what you need to understand is just because I'm in a better place doing better with it, it doesn't mean that it doesn't become a struggle at all. So here's the other thing that totally stinks about depression: the fact that it's not logical. It would be so much easier to accept if I could say, oh, this has happened or this has happened, and this is why I'm starting to feel depressed. No, it doesn't work that way. There is not a thing wrong. There has been nothing but good things, and the only things I really have wanted to do over the last couple weeks, right? And that should keep me far from being depressed, but no, that's not how it works. And it stinks and it makes me mad. And it also makes me worry that I might not be as emotionally strong as I have been in the past. And yeah, it just all ticks me off. And I think that's what makes depression so difficult for those who have never experienced it, or for those who don't actually have depression as a mental disorder. The fact that it's not logical. The last couple of weeks have been nothing but great things. My girls are home. They're not fighting as much as usual, which is a huge win. And I've had time with my family. I've been doing self-care. We've had graduations and dance performances and pageants, and all things that I thoroughly wanted to see and completely enjoyed seeing and being a part of. But sometimes getting there is a little bit hard. And that's okay, because I know that, and I know if I move past it that I'm in a place where I'll be happier when I've done it. So yeah, this is all a win, but it just makes me mad because it's not logical. So my husband, Mr. Subtle, says to me, so I've noticed that the busier you've been, the more you've struggled with your depression. Not that that's related, just an observation that I'm making. Okay, that was so not subtle. In other words, as I've been busy, he's noticed me struggle with my depression, and he thinks that's the connection. But I don't want it to be. Shouldn't I get to choose what I want to do, when I want to do it, and not have to worry about depression as a result of it? And the answer to that is yes, I should. I absolutely should. But dang, it doesn't work like that. And that just makes it all the harder. It ticks me off. It just does. So, aside from being irritated that I've been dealing with my depression for no logical reason, I have done a couple things right. And I need to acknowledge that, because if you're in my situation, you need to acknowledge if you've done some things right as well. So one of those things is I've continued with self-care. I'm still doing things that I enjoy, that bring me happiness, that recharge me. And so that hasn't changed. The other thing is I have not resorted to a duct taped tool, meaning that I have no interest in cutting and didn't cut at all. And the other thing that has been an improvement is the fact that while I still struggle with using food to help me with depression, I didn't to the extreme that I normally would. And I also substituted in better options than I normally would have in the past. So while I wouldn't say the food part was a total win, I would say that it was definitely an improvement. And really, that's all we can ask for, right? Is to hopefully do better each time. And I guess that's where I'm at right now. So if you are struggling with your mental illness and you're thinking it's just not logical, you're right. You're not alone, and it's not fair. And if you're somebody who doesn't have mental illness and you're watching someone go through depression or something like that, it's not going to be logical. You can't look at it like you would most problems and think, oh, well, because there's nothing wrong, therefore she or he can't really be depressed. Yeah, they can be. And I know that makes it harder for you, but join the party, right? Um, so anyhow, I guess I ranted a little today, but I just was irritated and have really been trying to be honest with you. And so I wanted to share the fact that just because I'm doing much better doesn't mean that I never struggle with it. And that it's not problematic, because it does. It causes problems in our lives and we want to move past it. So I'm going to do what I would tell you to do, and that's to continue with your self-care. And I feel like I'm kind of at the end of that string, so I feel like I'm pulled myself into the next better place to be, because you don't want to live in that state of depression if for as long as we can. We want to try and move through it if possible. So anyhow, I hope you have a good week. If you're struggling, I'm sorry. Keep doing what's good for you, and try to find some ways to maybe help yourself. And if that means some things need to be let go of that you didn't want to let go of, then do what you have to do for you. That's all I have. Bye.